Why, hello there, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Tomb Raider 4 The Lost Revelation for PS1. The unique, different, and quite freaky Jamie Clough Gaming here. And this is part 46 of my Let's Play of Tomb Raider 4, and there's only one more part of this. However, with it being quite late, this will be the last part I comment on tonight. I'll have to do the last part tomorrow. If I can get up slightly earlier, I might do it earlier on the day as well. Imagine that. Anyway, we're on the penultimate level. This is level 34 of 35, excluding, of course, the time exclusive bonus level, which is a separate entity to this game, with the same foundations, of course. But yeah, if you miss the Eastern Shaft Key, it is possible to go back through to the Queen's Khufu's pyramids, even though these technically are not transitioning levels. So it is possible to go back, and in a way that in the Valley of the Kings levels it's not possible to go back. So yeah, if it wasn't, you'd be screwed and you'd have to cheat for it, unfortunately, but that's the way it is. And this level is called Inside the Great Pyramid. So I thought it'd been 2 levels after we were climbing the Great Pyramid. So this Great Pyramid is a different Great Pyramid to the pyramid we're climbing, obviously. It's a different pyramid. It's also called the Great Pyramid. That's quite confusing. And this level, in a way, is intellect to the final one. Even though that once you go into the final level, you cannot come back. So you better make sure you've used all 4 of those. Well, no, you can't go in the next level without using all 4 shaft keys. Right, now I've demonstrated here for the first time, really, what the flash arrow does. It's a bit useless as it can't necessarily kill anything, but it blinds Von Croy's men here. And when Von Croy's men are blinded, they'll cover their eyes, and that's when to blast them with the revolver. So it's perfect for that. It's absolutely. Then they go blind and they can't attack you when they're blind, you see, because they don't. And they're a bit stupid. Von Croy's men are delightfully idiotic, in my opinion, but the villains, this will mean the complete reboot these days. You don't get goofy villains anymore, like goofy James Bond-esque type villains. Everything is all serious, even with the henchmen that you kill, they're more serious. There's nothing goofy about them necessarily, they're just trying to kill you and you're trying to kill them. And there's no humorous violence anymore. And I find myself hankering for the days when that was the case, you know. I can appreciate both styles, you know, like a more serious narrative or a more goofy one, you know, Austin Powers-esque, you know, versus a serious James Bond film. And Daniel Craig said that apparently the reason why James Bond got darker was to prevent Mike Myers making any more Austin Powers films, making a spoof of the darker plot, but of course you're missing the irony that Johnny English does spoof the darker ones anyway, with Rowan Atkinson. And his is arguably more of a direct Bond spoof than Austin Powers is, so. And I believe there's more of them now as well. And they're still making, whereas the last Austin Powers film was nearly 20 years ago now, so. It had Beyonce in it as Foxy Cleopatra, and she was only about 19 or 20 when she did it. Yet she was playing somebody that was about 40, so quite strange. I'm not going to lie, but it's a strange one. And actually, the third one's better than the second. The first one might be slightly better than the third one, but I don't think it is. I think they're about equal, you know. They're not the best films in the world, obviously. Oh my god. But they're better than the Charlie's Angels films, in my opinion. Although the Charlie's Angels films have more action in them, as in kick-ass action. some people would kill me bollocks for saying that, you know, that's, different people like different things. But yeah, and the other thing with DeviantArt, I'm done talking about the troll now. I think I've mentioned everything I had to say about them. But going back to the issue of me having a character with the same name as this woman, that wasn't intentional at all, and it's just a random message from nowhere, really, unless it is the one from YouTube as well. And she's just said, "Oh, could you change his name because I've got the same name as him. I don't want to change mine." And it's like, you don't have to change your name. I just randomly picked his name out of a hat and had it. And it's like, what to do, you know? It's like, I've honestly never come across a situation like that in my life. So obviously I have no idea how to respond. Oh, God. I'm showing my lack of experience. I've been on DeviantArt for 8.5 years, and honestly, this is the first time that something like this has ever come up. It's shortly after the troll as well, so it's all kind of my presence on DeviantArt has suddenly been called into question a bit. But I have no doubt about my authenticity and my work ethic and everything else. And I have no doubt that, despite the fact she's called Medica, it's a happy coincidence and nothing more. And I don't think she should change her name just because of that. That there was a bad guy in the comic called Medica who kicked Ocarina's ass and knocked her out. And he nearly killed Alexandria as well, but she managed to just about beat him. And I can see how she might be a bit embarrassed by that betrayal, but aside from having the same name, there's no, you know, saying there's no link, so I'm a bit confused by that. I know it's a very unique name, not many people are called Medica, as far as I'm aware, but I'm a bit confused, you know, I don't know, I'm not sure what to do, so I won't do anything until I have a bit more understanding of the situation, obviously, because it's going to take a lot of time to change his name or take it out anyway. And in the actual comic, I probably won't change his name, I'll just take it out of the description so that it doesn't come up. Because obviously that she feels that this somehow spoils her heart in some way, because I've got a character with the same name. It's quite bizarre, actually. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, if honestly, because I've got a thin skin. Some people aren't even a bit sensitive, I must admit. And it's not because they're trolls, it's just because of the way they are. I know women are supposed to be more sensitive than men, but most of the women I've come across are quite cool, you know. Not that sensitive. And, it depends on the woman, really, doesn't it? But she seems to be very sensitive about the fact that this character has the same name, despite the fact that this character is not, well, he figures heavily in these 13 or so pages, but it's the only time he's actually ever been in the story at all. So, as far as the overall comic goes, he's not a main character. He's just an obscure side character. I plucked his name from a hat from this YouTuber, and this girl here, she might be the same person. And if she is, then fair enough, I can see the complaint, because that's quite a unique name where I might have stolen there for this guy's name. But if I do remove his, what will I call him? Because the comic's already drawn out, you know. We'll change it to Michael or something, a more standardised name that you can't copyright, like Michael or, I don't know, Mitch, or and then if I call him Mitch Pileggi would come to me and say, like, you murdered the seas, which I don't want my name besmirched by this scrub on DeviantArt, you know. I'm from the X-Files, don't you know? Oh, a big star. Yeah, Mitch Pileggi is a fantastic actor. This is Walter Skinner, you know. It may shock you to know that he doesn't even wear glasses in real life. Even though Skinner does wear glasses all the time. And he's been on different things. He's in Stargate now. But he was A.D. Skinner on X-Files, and he was one of the best characters, aside from Mulder and Scully, of course, who you'd say are the best two characters in spite of it all. And another good character, cigarette smoking man, the evil Lorna, who was part of the Shadow government. He was covering up the existence of extraterrestrials. So. Oh, and this guy that's joined my forum apparently has been causing trouble on the forums, and he's got an avatar of Cancer Man. And then when he spoke to me, I said, "Calm down, Cancer Man." And I thought it was a pretty good call. It's one of my best comebacks. But yeah, I'm just mentioning that casually. But not that anyone can do anything on my forum, but I'm really proud of the progress I've made recently. I've had to turn it back into something that looks like the blog pad. It was good looking by the end of it. I had it in this sort of black and white colour, black colour with white text, so it looked pretty cool. And the forums, apart from the fact I've had to privatise all my blogs, because the time to view and read them has passed, I feel. It was time to move on, and I've moved on. Unfortunately, I can still view my blog posts. Even I didn't want to view them, I just wanted them stored away privately. So I might have to get rid of them entirely and just have them saved offline. But we'll see how that goes, because only actually because I'm the administrator of the forum I created, so naturally I can still see them even though they're privatised. What the intention of that was to prevent people from seeing, although they're not very well written and they're a bit all over this punctual. I'm a bit embarrassed about them, to be honest. That's the reason I privatised them. And of course, the nature of the forum, I wanted the content to be mainly what other people post, not what I post. I will post and create topics from time to time, but generally I'll stay out of it as the administrator. I'll just police the forum where it needs policing and ban who needs banning and warn who needs warning, basically, and enforce the rules that I've created for this forum. That's about it, because honestly I'm divided between the forum, three ways, between the forum, YouTube and DeviantArt, and I haven't necessarily got well, time is what you make of it, and YouTube and DeviantArt will take priority over the forum, especially since there's not many people on it yet, and you can't do that much. You can actually respond to topics now, but I'll say there's no posts, so nobody has as of yet, apart from me, and I've done so for testing reasons, and it hasn't even registered my posts properly, so it's a bit of a mess, but it looks okay now. It looks respectable. And then a few weeks ago I couldn't say that, but now I can. You see, and when I know, yeah, it's the same thing. Some people say that forum is rubbish. I'm like, well, maybe it is, but I know what it looked like when I first created it, and I've come a long way, motherfuckers. Oh my god. Oh no. I have come a long way, and I'm not just saying that, you know. I have actually come a long way. Yeah. In regards to things I've developed, you know. Just like we've come a long way in this LP, guys. I've come a long way. You can see my progression from Cambodia when she was 16 all the way at the penultimate level here, which you can see I've come a long way. Granted, core design invented the way I've come, so a lot of people have done this for 4 million actually, but oh my Jesus Christ, almighty. Right, so the thing with these shaft keys is you have to put them in the right ones, but Laura will select the right ones. And I've noticed in 201, when you try to put a key in a lock, and you got multiple keys to touch, you won't always select the right one. You have to select it yourself. In Tomb Raider 4, she will automatically select the right thing and put it in, which is very handy. She still has the no if you put the wrong thing in, just as a no. But in a sexy Jonelle Elliott voice, of course. Sex is no other than life. Oh my god. I don't know about that actually. But I do like Inside the Great Pyramid. All the levels on Giza are big and consistent. That's what you can say about it. It might not necessarily blow you away, because a lot of them are very similar, but it's a definite improvement on Cairo, I'd say, despite the fact you don't get any vehicles to navigate them or anything. It would have been nice to have a boating section in Tomb Raider 4, I don't know. Egypt is not exactly the River Nile. They could have got the River Nile in a boating section on that. And I would have liked that, but you see, they could have put that in Chronicles, if not Tomb Raider 4. They could have had a section where she'd previously been in Egypt where you didn't know, on the River Nile on the boat, and I would have loved that. Even if it was the speedboat from Tomb Raider 2, just something, you know. That's what TRLA's for, TRLA's for. Custom made levels are a bit too obscure for me to actually beat most of them, but there's even one where Lara's in a spacesuit, like an astronaut wears, and she's on a different planet, and I've downloaded that. And I couldn't make head nor tail of it though, so I pretty much gave up straight away. And at least in core design, what you have to do is somewhat clear, whereas in most of these TRLEs, that's a problem with user-made content. It can be all over the place, you know. But they're well-designed levels, and a lot of work and effort has gone into them, and they look good, and they play well, so. And they have the graphics of, roughly speaking, of the PC version of Tomb Raider 4, so I really do recommend checking out some of them. If not all of them, you know, you've got to be. Some of them are terrible, you know. But then again, I wouldn't go there as far as your TRLA is terrible. You shouldn't have done it. I'm like, yes, you should have done it. It's his creative expression. And it is quite creative, but just unplayably bright. And I think he was on drugs when he made it, because it's completely insane. But it's good. Or she, I don't know whether it was a man or a woman, to be fair, who created it. It may have been a woman, actually. It would have made this. It's kind of deliberately a gay level as well, like gay culture, so it was a woman or a gay man, probably. Or it might not have been a gay man, it just might have been someone who was experimenting with the... It's completely nuts, that one. Oh dear. And some of them are only one level, and some of them have loads and loads of levels, so... it's good. You know, it's good. Oh my god. Right, and then that opens. You have to go back through here, unfortunately. And I find these blocks the most difficult trap to get past in Tomb Raider history, actually, because they're so fast and they move so brutal that if you get even slightly touched, it's dead, and there's nothing you can do. What you have to do, apparently, is sprint through them, and most of the time she'll make it. And yeah, Stella Luna is correct with that. She's bang on, actually. But as you saw there, it doesn't always work, so you have to reload the game. Thankfully, I just saved it as well. No, I hadn't. I hadn't saved it. Oh my god, an idiot. But I love this blue shaft that comes down. And this blue shaft, by the way, goes all the way down to the next level and down to the Statue of Horus. And that's the bottom of it. And it still stays like that even when you've turned Horus into set by accident. The blue shaft, and also if you go in the blue shaft when Set's throwing things at you, you'll be invincible from his attacks for a short time. I forgot to demonstrate that as well, didn't I? Oh, never mind. What I'd have to do then is make a different... It's like a video in which I demonstrate all the things I forgot to demonstrate in the LP. That wouldn't really be part of the LP, I guess. Oh my god, just a soft laugh there, honestly. Not quite as high pitched as I'll admit. Yeah, I've been possessed of Seth and Satan combined, and they've torn my soul apart, and they've thrown it at opposite ends of the earth, and I have to go on a mission to recover it, which will take me all over the world. No, not really. Oh my god. What have I just said? That's the weirdest thing ever. Oh my god. It's even weirder than having your own 2 minute forums. But yeah, create your own forums, man. You create your own forums, and it's a bit weird. Fair enough. You know, that is what it is. You're free to do what you want, pretty much, within reason, you know. And I don't have any right to criticise you, and you don't have any right to criticise me, really. You can if you want to, but if you're a troll in general, I'll block you because I don't think it's very productive to troll somebody, you know. Well, maybe I won't block you, maybe I won't consider you that much of a threat. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. You never know, you know. It just depends on what kind of trolling it is, whether it's just a one-off troll or someone who presents potentially a threat to the way you do things and post like 4 different comments to you in the same day and stuff like that. You know how it is. And there's a final secret to get. And it is in itself. So there's no secrets in the final level because you already got them all. Though it's possible to complete the game without getting any secrets. I don't think anyone would do that necessarily, because some of them are easy to find, but and the items that you may need. But equally, I don't think many people will bother getting all the secrets in this game. That's just being truthful. So they're not easy to find, and you do need Stella's help if you don't know where they are. Which I've had, and I can admit. I may not have thanked her. I don't necessarily have time, so unless she watches these videos, she won't know. Because I wouldn't. Oh my god. Unless somebody tells on me, you know, they probably will. You know, I don't know. The troll might follow me to Twitter and realise I've got a big following on there and go, these tweets aren't as good as other people who tweet. Why are you on Twitter? That would be even worse, because how would that work? But yeah, some people post their art on Twitter. I do very occasionally share a select bit of it on Twitter, but every time I do, I lose followers. I know if they don't really appreciate it, that's what I'm trying to say. Or maybe they just don't like black women. My main character is Alexandria, and she's a black woman. She happens to be black, and she's a woman, and she's very pretty. And she might not be the prettiest woman that has ever been drawn to paper. There's some, not quite, but she's a beautiful woman. And to go around just calling her ugly is like, I know you might not like my art style, and you call me ugly because I'm like, I know I'm doing this again. I shouldn't let it affect me. I should just block him. I'm vaguely curious as to. He hasn't actually done his thing about me. I think just if he ever gets around to it, what it will be like. I suspect I'll be howling my head off for most of it with laughter, and that's why I want to see it. Not for any other reason, because I know that while he might have points, he's a troll, so he's not doing it as a benefit. He's doing it to tear you down, to shut you down, shut you off, to put you off doing what you're doing. And I don't think you should do that on DeviantArt, especially. I don't think so. You should be more supportive than that, and if you're not going to be supportive, then DeviantArt is probably not the website for you. Quite frankly, you know. Oh dear. Yeah. So anyway, the Great Pyramid. It's not that long. It's just hard because of those things. I had died about 1 million times, as you've seen. And I had to cut out a lot of deaths. There were too many of them. I got stuck for too long. I was making 0 progress. And I figure as long as I don't forget to tell the viewers that, then that's being honest with them, you know. So you don't want a video that's 5 hours long, getting nowhere. Some people would love that, but most people would just tune out after less than half an hour. People have got short attention spans these days, shorter than they would have ordinarily had. Social media has done this, you know. It's not necessarily social to be on social media, right? It's quite anti-social. It's kind of ironic that way. Yeah, the final secret is hidden. You have to light it up with flares to see it. And it's a pick-up as well. It's a pick-up secret. It's a crossbow. I know we already have the crossbow. And there you go. It's the final secret of the game. You should have 70 of 70 at this point. And if you don't, good luck. You can actually go back. I think you can actually go back as far as the Mastapus. Oh no, you can't because of the slide. You can go back as far as the Great Pyramid if you've missed any secrets. I think you can. But it would be a real slog to go all the way back there from here, mate. Oh my god. You're not really supposed to, but you can if you need to. And that's especially the case if you missed one of those keys, to go back to Queen's Cubist Pyramids and do the maze and do it again. I still can't believe I missed that Medipack in Cairo in the trenches, guys. On Edit, it was so obvious that it was there. I was kicking myself in the balls, screaming, why did you miss that shit? Well, I wasn't kicking myself in the balls, but I was heavily critical of myself because of that. Was one of the easiest things I've ever missed yet, you know, if not the easiest. I've missed other pickups. I've missed some of the impossible to get ones, 201 and 2, but I've got most of them. I've got most if not all the secrets in all the games. Apart from Chronicles where I missed one of them. And in Tomb Raider 1 where the last secret doesn't register because of a fault. Where you just get the pickups but it doesn't give you the secret. And you can only have 2 out of 3 secrets in that level, which is a bit annoying, you know. Because you can clearly see I found all of the gift secrets in the game. With Tomb Raider 1 and Tomb Raider 2, it's relatively easy to memorize the secrets. With Tomb Raider 3 and 4, not so much, quite frankly. Not so much. And I'd say the secrets in Tomb Raider 4 are every bit as tricky as Tomb Raider 3. So overall the game's easier. But it's still not easy, and the secrets are some of them are easy to find, some of them are hard to find. Some of them are neither easy nor hard. You know, the usual. And I can't believe we've come this far. Actually, I can. That's nature. Let's play. You'll quickly find yourself at the end of the game. If you know the game.